It is the day that both shoppers and retailers have been looking forward to. It is Black Friday, but how do you know when a deal is actually a deal? Here is money expert Rubina Ahmed-Haq. We managed to get her away from her computer and online shopping and looking for details for a few moments here. Rubina, first off, I'm sure your inbox is probably like mine, like Dallas's as well. We were just talking off the top of the show. So many offers, like 15, 30, 50% off or more. So how do we know when a sale is actually a sale?
It's my most favorite saying. It's not a deal unless you need it. So that is the number one thing you should keep in your mind when you're shopping, is just because it's on 90% off, if it's not something that you actually need in your life, don't buy it. So this is a good time to really go through the things that you are planning on buying anyways. I know there are a couple of things I want to buy for my kids that I'm going to buy today because they are on discount, and I've been planning that because I knew that Black Friday sales would come up. So that is the best thing that you can do, is really go with that in mind. There's nothing wrong with doing some spontaneous shopping, but if we go and we just start buying things because, ooh, it's buy one, get one, or buy, 50% off or even more, you're going to spend money that you shouldn't, and you're going to go into debt that you did not expect.
You're speaking to my soul, and I'm sure many others out there with that advice, so thank you. What's your best tip for those that are looking for those bargains today?
Yeah, so absolutely only buy the things that you actually planned to buy. That's number one. So making that list. If you're shopping online, make sure you update your software, because that's how sometimes you may not be able to trust the site that you're going to. So just make sure everything is up to date on your computer if you are doing online shopping. This is especially true for Cyber Monday. Buy one get one is one place where I get really frustrated, because often I just wanted one. So maybe if that's the deal that they're giving you, maybe another store is just going to give you a discount on the one. So just don't get caught up in things and buy more than you need. And if you don't really find the things that you are looking for, just walk away. I mean, these sales are going on throughout this week, throughout next week. I mean, up until the holidays, up until Christmas, we definitely are going to see more and more sales. So don't feel like you have to do it all today, because that can put unnecessary pressure on you.
All right, that is a very good point, and so true. Also, shoppers, Rubina, should be on the lookout, especially today, for Black Friday scams.
Yeah, and that was one tip that I wanted to give, was make sure you update your software, because that definitely will mean that you are running up-to-date software to protect you against people trying to scam you. Of course, go to sites that you trust. So these are, companies that you've already shopped at, maybe where you already have an account, you've already done some business with them. That makes a lot of sense. If it's something that is too good to be true, it may be too good to be true. So, doing some digging. At this time, we're all getting these emails that, oh, you're shipping, your package is on the way, confirm with this number to make sure that your shipment gets there on time. Those are all scams. Every single one of them are scams. That is not something that normally Canada Post or UPS or the other, FedEx does. That's not the way they communicate with you. So do not give into that, because that's definitely going to give the wrong people your information. And common sense, right? So, we just, especially when we're shopping online, because that's where we're more likely to get scammed, just using common sense, that it doesn't look good, then just don't put your information in there.
Fair enough. Okay, the fall economic update was delivered this week. Ottawa says it's going to be loosening the mortgage stress test. So what does this mean for potential homeowners?
So in very simple terms, they're getting rid of the stress test for those who have uninsured mortgages that want to shop around for a better rate at another bank. So if your mortgage is coming up for renewal, say after 5 years or whenever it is that your term was, and you want to go to another bank and see if they'll give you a better interest rate, the problem is that they were stress testing you again. So now with the rates being 7%, you're being stress tested even higher. If you have more than 20% equity in your home, the bank, if they know you were stress tested in the beginning, does not need to stress test you again. I have a lot of criticism for this. First of all, stress test was brought in to protect people against higher interest rates. Higher interest rates are already here, so we don't really need to do the stress test anymore. We're already being stress tested with the rates that we have. And if you take your mortgage to a new financial institution, you still have to do an entire new application. So you will be be asked to qualify at that higher rate. Your salary, your assets, your liabilities, everything will have to be filled out in that application, which is something you don't have to do when you renew at your bank. And most Canadians don't take their mortgages to other banks. So it's kind of a good news story, but at the same time, it's a little bit of smoke and mirrors because you still have to go through a lot of documentation in order to move your mortgage to a new financial institution.
All right. Appreciate you putting that into perspective for us, Rubina.
Yeah.
Good to see you on this Friday, and have a great weekend.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.